Betrayal by this person will change you forever, not because of what they did, but because of what it revealed about you. And once it happens, you are never the same person again. You don't see it coming. No one ever does. At first, everything feels real, safe even. Their words feel honest. Their presence feels familiar. And for a moment, you believe you finally found someone who won't leave. But betrayal doesn't announce itself. It arrives quietly, in small inconsistencies, in unanswered questions, in the subtle feeling you ignore because your heart refuses to accept what your mind is starting to notice. And then one day, it happens. The truth comes out. Or maybe it always existed, and you were just the last one to see it. And in that moment, something inside you breaks. Not just your trust in them, but your trust in everything you thought you understood about love, people, and even yourself. You don't just lose a person, you lose certainty. You start replaying everything, every memory, every conversation, searching for the moment where it all went wrong. But here's the truth, no one tells you. Betrayal is not just an ending, it is an awakening. Because the person who betrayed you didn't just show you who they are. They showed you how deeply you were willing to ignore yourself to believe in them. And once you see that, your life changes forever. The lie you chose to believe. Betrayal doesn't start when they lie. It starts when you ignore the truth. Before betrayal becomes a moment, it is already a pattern you felt but didn't confront, a feeling you dismissed, a silence you chose to explain away, because deep down you wanted it to work. You weren't just in love with them, you were invested in the story you built around them. As Carl Jung once said, people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul. And that's what betrayal exposes, not just their dishonesty, but your willingness to stay in uncertainty instead of choosing truth. Think about it. How many times did you feel something was off, but convinced yourself you were overthinking? How many red flags did you rename as misunderstandings? How many times did you choose comfort over clarity? This is where the psychological truth begins. Betrayal is rarely a single action. It is the final chapter of ignored intuition, and when it arrives, it doesn't just hurt. It collapses the identity you built around that person, because suddenly you are forced to confront a terrifying question. If I missed this, what else have I been missing in my own life? And that is where transformation begins, not in the betrayal itself, but in the moment you finally stop lying to yourself. The shock, when reality breaks your identity. Betrayal doesn't just hurt, it rewrites the reality you were living in. There is a moment after betrayal that no one talks about. It's not the crying, it's not even the anger, it's the silence. That strange, hollow silence where your mind refuses to accept what your eyes already know. You sit there, staring at your phone, replaying messages, conversations, memories, as if repetition can somehow undo reality. Because what just happened doesn't feel real, it feels impossible, and that's the first psychological impact of betrayal. Your brain enters a state of cognitive dissonance. Two truths are fighting inside you. This person loved me versus this person betrayed me. And your mind cannot hold both, so it breaks in between. As Sigmund Freud explored through human defense mechanisms, the mind often protects itself from unbearable truth by delaying acceptance, creating emotional shock, denial, and confusion. And that is exactly what you feel, not just heartbreak, but identity collapse. Because this person wasn't just part of your life, they were part of your emotional structure, your routines, your future imagination, your sense of stability. And now, all of it feels erased. You start questioning everything. Was anything real? Was I naive? Was I blind? Or just too trusting? But here's the deeper truth hiding inside the pain. You are not confused because you are weak. You are confused because you are waking up, and awakening always feels like chaos at first, because the version of you that trusted blindly and the version of you that sees clearly now cannot exist at the same time. One of them must die for the other to survive, and that death is what you are feeling right now. The trap of pain. Why you can't let go yet. Subhook. You're not holding on to them. You're holding on to the version of you that still believed in them. After betrayal, something strange happens, even when you know the truth. Even when you understand what they did, you still feel pulled back to memories, back to old messages, back to who they used to be. And you tell yourself, I just need closure. I just want answers. But the truth is deeper than that. You're not searching for them. You're searching for relief from the emotional tension inside you, because letting go means accepting something your heart is not ready to digest. That the person you loved and the person who betrayed you are the same person, and that realization is painful beyond words. As Buddha taught, the root of suffering is attachment. But attachment is not just love. It is identity. This person became part of how you defined yourself. Us became your comfort zone. Their presence became your emotional home. Their validation became your quiet strength. So when they left or betrayed you, it didn't just create emotional pain, it created identity withdrawal. That's why you keep going back, not because it makes sense, but because your nervous system is still trying to find familiarity inside chaos. And here is the trap. The more you replay the past, the more you delay your own healing, because healing requires something painful. It requires accepting that no more answers are coming, no more apologies, no more explanations that will make it feel okay, only silence. And in that silence, you either collapse into the past or you finally rise above it. The awakening, turning betrayal into power. The same betrayal that broke you is the same moment that can rebuild you. There comes a point in your journey where something shifts, not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly, inside you. You stop checking, you stop waiting, you stop replaying conversations that no longer exist in reality. And for the first time, you start seeing clearly. Betrayal, in its deepest form, was never just about loss. It was exposure. It showed you where you were depending too much, where you were trusting without boundaries, where you were loving without protecting yourself. And yes, it hurts to admit that. But truth is not meant to comfort you. It is meant to free you. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. And slowly, your thoughts begin to change. You stop asking, why did they do this to me? And start asking, why did I allow this to define me? That shift is everything, because now you are no longer a victim of their action. You are a student of your own experience. You begin to understand something powerful. People don't break you. They reveal where you were already unguarded. And once you see that, you cannot unsee it. Your standards change. Your boundaries strengthen. Your awareness deepens. And the version of you that once begged for clarity is replaced by someone who no longer tolerates confusion. This is the awakening, not becoming cold, not becoming heartless, but becoming aware. Aware of your worth, aware of your patterns, aware of your emotional strength. And one day, without even realizing it, you stop thinking of betrayal as your ending, and you start seeing it as your beginning. So if you are still in that pain, still in that confusion, understand this. You are not stuck in betrayal. You are in transformation. And transformation always feels like destruction, before it becomes rebirth. The person who betrayed you did not take your future away. They removed the illusion that was blocking your real one. And now, the only question left is this: will you stay in the version of you that was hurt? Or will you become the version of you that was awakened? Because betrayal doesn't define you, your response to it does.